Anime is life, which means we can go all night long to binge watch our favorite shows without any hesitation. However, it's not always advisable to go through season after season, otherwise you might just end up as an insomniac. Short sessions are the best, and that's exactly why the Anime Regent has got you covered with Volume 2 of the top 10 anime shows that you can binge watch in a single night. Number 10, Gangsta. Man, now this is how you nail a dystopian world with realistic characters and feasible motivations. 2015's Gangsta takes us to a unique kind of world where illegal is now the new normal, and it's spearheaded by our two protagonists, Warwick Arcangelo and Nicholas Brown. So what's so special about these characters now? Well, Warwick's primary source of income is spending time with beautiful ladies and servicing them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, boy.
And Nick, well, Nick's deaf, but an extremely dangerous assassin. Combine both these guys together and you've got yourself a couple of handy men working for the mob and the cops for jobs they can't pull off. The biggest selling point of the show is Nick and Warwick getting involved with a racket that's far bigger than what any of us could have imagined. Now, I really want to talk about the details of this anime further, but I don't want to spoil the fun for you guys because it's only one season long. Yup, you'll only need 12 episodes to get done with this anime, but the flip side of this is that the show ended on a cliffhanger, and then the studio went bankrupt. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate, but you should definitely give it a watch because it's got everything, right from the deadliest action sequences to the wildest conspiracy theories. Number 9, Tokyo ESP.
こっちだ。ここだよ。私はここだ。
Who would have thought that penguins and glowing fish could change your life forever, yeah? Meet Rinka Urashiba, a fairly normal high school girl who has to work as a waitress to get by, along with her dad who's a just cop. Sounds pretty standard, doesn't it? Well, all of that changes when Rinka comes across and, you guessed it, a penguin and some glowing fish swimming through the sky. Of course, she just had to touch one of the fish, and this causes her to pass out. However, when she wakes up, Rinka realizes that she's gained the power to pass through inanimate objects. As expected in any anime series, there has to be a partner in crime, and that happens to be Kyotaro Azuma, who has the ability to teleport. Rinka teams up with Kyotaro to find evil ESP users, but the real fun arrives when we realize there's a secret organization planning to create their own version of Utopia with overpowered ESP fighters. How does the rest of the series turn out? Well, you've got to binge watch the show to find out. If I had to say what really stood out to me, it was the presentation of Rinka and her relationship with her dad. I don't know, I guess I'm a sucker for family. Number 8, Deadman Wonderland.
俺は生きたいんだ!
If you guys liked Squid Game, then this one's gonna be a fun ride. So, it's not the exact same concept, but Deadman Wonderland has a pretty interesting concept. It's basically a prison that doubles up as a theme park. There are lots of additional plot points like a collar that monitors your behavior and can inject poison into your bloodstream if you try anything funny. The story follows our hero, Ganta Igarashi, who's been sentenced to prison with wrongful evidence. That's not even the most outlandish concept of the story because Ganta later realizes that he has the power to manipulate his own blood. That goes on to introduce our hero to a whole new world of deadly prison fights that remind you of Gladiator. The story is filled with all kinds of twists and turns, with some parts actually making you want to question humanity as a whole. The best part about this is that you can watch all of these episodes in one night, and if you have some time to spare, there are some OVAs as well for you to enjoy. See? It's always nice to have a show that gives you a little extra. Number 7, Death Parade. anime shows can really have some intense names, and in their defense, they live up to the hype as well. 2015's Death Parade is one of those shows, and it follows a somewhat similar concept as Deadman Wonderland. Only difference is, instead of a prison, people who have lost their lives are sent to a bar. Here they have to participate in death games with their soul on the line and retribution as the reward. Sounds cool enough, doesn't it? Well, wait till you meet the main character, Decim, who is the bartender of the Quindecim bar. He's like the typical Sigma male that would make any young man want to develop a persona like him. However, the catch is that he's not supposed to have human emotions, but all of that changes with a risky experiment. There are lies, deceit, and shock waiting for him just around the corner, so I'd suggest you guys buckle up for a mini marathon binge session of Death Parade. Like all other entries that I've spoken about so far, this one's also got 12 episodes, which should be light work for pros like you. Number 6. Anohana, the flower we saw that day.
抱えまくったトラウマが夏の暑さのせいで形をしかも思春期の性衝動まで絡んできたか
Okay, so this one's not too heavy on action or thrill, but Anohana most definitely hits you in the feels with a slice of life drama that'll make you remember the friends you lost along the way while growing up as an adult. Let me explain a bit of the plot for context. In a town called Saitama, which has nothing to do with One Punch Man, a group of 6 childhood friends drift apart after one of them, Meiko Menma Honma, loses her life in an accident. 5 years after the incident, the leader of the group, Jinta Yadomi, has withdrawn from society, does not attend high school, and lives as a recluse. One summer day, the ghost of an older-looking Menma appears beside him and asks to have a wish granted, reasoning that she cannot pass on into afterlife until it is fulfilled. At first, he only tries to help her minimally because he thinks he is hallucinating, but since Menma does not remember what her wish is, Jinta gathers his estranged friends together once again, believing that they are the key to solving this problem. Of course, this is met with ridicule at first, but Menma's ghost plays a crucial role in reuniting the same group that gave her the best memory she could have hoped for. Yeah, be prepared to pull out the tissue box for this one, and I don't mean that in the weird way. Number 5, number 6. Okay, now we're getting into serious territory with my top 5 coming in, so be prepared for some thrilling stuff. This story takes place in a dystopian city known as Number 6. Our hero, Cheyenne, is a boy raised in the elite and privileged environment of his home, and he gives shelter to another boy who only gives his name as Nezumi, or Rat, on the former's 12th birthday. What Cheyenne soon discovers is how drastically life will change after meeting with the mysterious Nezumi, with whom he had shared one unforgettable stormy night. This anime plays on the relationships one can share with someone who they never would have thought they would meet in their life. The brutality of the world they live in also has a hand to play when it comes to enhancing the emotions on display. Of course, there's also suspenseful mystery that needs to be solved, but I'm not going to talk about that with you guys just yet. After all, there has to be some motivation for you to finish off the series tonight, right? Number 4, Elfen lied.
You know who isn't human? You know who isn't human? People like you!
Alright, so this one revolves around the treatment of various races and how one particular race named Diclonius does its best to wipe out humanity for good. They actually look the same as humans, but with a few marked differences such as horns in their heads. The lead character is Lucy, who is the subject of a lot of experimentation, so you guys can expect to see a lot of atrocities committed by her throughout the series. However, after a second child personality named New takes over, she is led to a lot of philosophical questions about the way she has lived her life so far. There's a lot of action, and it's pretty brutal, so don't watch this if you have a weak stomach. Hey, wait a second. You guys are all anime fans, so this should be your daily bread and butter. If it interests you, then the creator of the show had explicitly stated that the race problems between Diclonius and the humans are meant to mimic the situations we find ourselves in when it comes to the real world as well. Number 3, The New Gate. Okay, so now we've got ourselves a fresh anime from 2024, The New Gate. This comes from a manga brought to life by its cult following, so you already know it's a promising series. It follows our hero Shin, who is the perfect example of an overpowered hero who doesn't want to show his true strength to anyone in his new isekai world. Well, I can't really call it new because it's a world that mimics the game he's mastered multiple times. With funny moments and intense action, this anime gives you the perfect blend as we witness our hero owning several monsters and opponents while also trying to balance his love interest, a cute elf named Schnee. Shin's journey in The New Gate may not be something that's over the top or astonishing as such, but it's an enjoyable tale that deserves at least one night of binge watching from fans like you. But on a serious note, this is a winning formula for isekai lovers. There's cute girls, badass fights, and from the looks of it, a sequel series is also going to be coming soon, so I'd personally suggest brushing up on the show before season 2 comes out. Number 2, Devilman Crybaby. An anime where demons try to take over the human world, an anime where the government is trying to suppress disinformation from the public, an anime with a human-demon hybrid, and that too, named Akira? Yeah, Devilman Crybaby has all the ingredients necessary for a hit series, which actually surprises me because it still has only one season in circulation. Our hero Akira is forced to fight against a whole demon army after he manages to overpower one of them with his will alone. This leads to tons of interesting situations as he tries to uncover the secret of the demons and why the government is so actively trying to keep it hidden from the public. The conspiracy theories on this one will surely drive you crazy, so be prepared for a story filled with unique twists and turns. Number 1, Kaiju number 8. Ah yes, this one most definitely deserves the top spot, and all the fan love being showered upon it goes on to prove my point. Kaiju number 8 follows the story of Hibino Kafka, who is a middle-aged man well past his prime and yet trying desperately to land a position in the country's defense force against dangerous kaijus. All of this is over a promise he had made to his childhood friend Mina, who is now the captain of the defense force, but with his low fitness and power levels, nothing really seems to be working in his favor. That's when our trigger moment arrives. What is it? Well, Kafka merges with a freaking kaiju and becomes so overpowered that he can take down any beast that comes his way. It's a hilarious show, and the manga's popularity further accelerated the need to put out an anime about the story, so you guys haven't already seen it? I seriously suggest you do. It has a perfect blend of comedy, action, and emotions, and with a season 2 on the way, make sure you're all caught up by then. Like, share, and subscribe if you like this video and want me to cover more topics. And let me know what you'd like me to cover next. Okay then, see you in the next one.